Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 20 of this Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4. This is the Kaiserreich mod, and we are playing as Germany, the army with a state. Now, you will notice a couple of things have changed since we last saw this. Basically, what happened is I recorded an episode which was to be the finale. It was about 7 minutes long, and it was basically me signing off, saying we have defeated the Unionists, the Communists, and I don't think anyone else is going to be providing us with enough of a challenge to go any further. However, I then thought, actually, there's a lot of people who follow this series, and I always kind of felt bad that I left the South Africa series kind of hanging at the end, and I didn't want to do that here. So then I thought, okay, what if I fast forward through time till 1945 and see if the situation in the world has changed sufficiently to make going forwards interesting. So that is what we have done. It is now the 1st of January 1945, and the world has changed sufficiently to make it interesting, I believe. So what's happening? Well, first of all, one retcon, well actually a couple of retcons that I've done. The first one is you'll notice that Provence, we had taken that in the peace deal, I redid the peace deal, and now France has it. And the reason for that is because in the French ideas, go all the way over to here, you have the return to Paris. You have to own Provence to get that one, as well as Ile-de-France, otherwise it's the southern France one. And I was like, you know what, I want to see France restored to France, because they had legitimately done that, and my having taken a province, which I didn't know they actually needed to fulfill that criteria, seemed a bit strange. So I went back, redid the peace deal, let France actually take Provence this time, and otherwise nothing else has changed. The other thing is I decided to puppet the Balkan territories rather than just claim them outright, so that I could try and take them through the process of puppets and then autonomy and that type of thing. Because I still haven't succeeded in my goal of testing whether diplomatically annexed puppets become core. I still suspect they do, but I don't know for sure. And the reason for that is I did get Russia down to the point where they could become where I could have annexed them. The problem was it would have cost, I think it was 9,600 political power to do so. And you will notice that our political power is currently stuck on 400. 400 is the limit. We would not have been able to do it. Absolutely impossible, and I kind of suspect that's going to be the problem with Italy as well. These guys, I'm not so sure. They're a lot smaller, so I have hope. And then something else unexpected happened. Something which I had not thought even possible. I actually lost Russia. It became the USSR. It had the revolution. It was just an event, I guess. They went down. I mean, Russia has a ridiculous amount of focuses, and one of them is become the Soviet Union, and I guess that is what they did. That split them away from being a puppet and basically allowed them independence. They're currently at war with Turkestan, taking over that, and have built up a rather significant industry, pretty good army, rubbish navy, and a fair number of aircraft. I mean, that's still going to be completely dwarfed by my own aircraft, but at least the Soviet Union is now a viable threat. I don't think fighting them on their own they would survive, but I'm kind of hoping that they would gang up with the Entente. The other thing I have done, and this I have kind of changed myself, is you'll notice the UK here, I have split them off as an independent nation. I did that for a very specific reason. I happen to know just how ridiculously in-depth this mod is. If you watched my Canada stream, where the goal was to make Britain British again, I started out as Canada and went and took the UK back, and one of the events of that is, would you like to restore the UK? You've defeated the Union of Britain. I was like, yeah, sure. And having done that, the UK, a country, bear in mind, that does not even exist in the game usually, this is only available if you manage to retake control, has its own sodding focus tree. This is ridiculous. For a country that doesn't even exist, they have their own focus tree. And that just blew my mind. So I thought, you know what, we'll let the AI do that. And to prove that this is indeed a unique focus tree, if we look at the top line up here, this is basically the returning of people from Canada. This will lead to immigrants returning from Canada. That's the artists coming back. This will lead to immigrants returning from Canada. That is just general people. Then you have like industrial industrialists coming back, scientists coming back, naval officers coming back, army officers, air force officers, everyone coming back from Canada, and you are basically reinstating control over Britain. And likewise, syndicalism, although you've beaten its political branch, it still exists. It's still very much widely supported by the local populace. So how do you combat that? Well, you can ban things like trade unions, which is how they were organised. Or you can allow the trade unions and basically try and set up a system of peaceful coexistence. And likewise, you can decide to re-establish the aristocracy and the monarchy and abolish elections. Or you can take an election and become a democratically elected legitimate power, which is what they have done here. Remember, this is about a year on, so many of these ideas will have been completed. And likewise, we have actually finished our entire focus tree now. Like, that's all gone. We still have a couple of the continuous focuses. I haven't chosen any of those just yet. I kind of want to wait and see what happens before I do that. So that was interesting. Meanwhile, France itself got pretty strong. They have a lot of factories, they have a lot of soldiers, although they have a service by requirement, and this is one of the reasons I was switched off. I was like, actually, hang on, that was service by requirement while they owned Africa. Africa has NAFL, well, at least this part of Africa has very little population. So that is why they're service by requirement. Okay, fine. Then they took France back. France has a massive population, so even though they will be suffering penalties from having this, they are going to be able to field a huge army. And they are. And the eagle-eyed of you there might have noticed another little thing that's happened. Canada declared war on the United States, which has, in the meantime, won their civil war. So we have the potential of a very, very powerful Canada rising as well. And if you did, again, watch my stream, you will know just how strong taking the USA makes Canada. So, yeah, that's another thing. Plus, the Mexican states pieced out with the Pacific states. What else has changed? Yes, the Dominion of India has declared war on the Princely Federation, so they are also expanding over here. So there are definitely a lot of players now becoming viable threats, although you're actually still quite small, but once you have the whole of India, you'll be pretty strong, I think. So there are definitely a number of different ways that we can go at this point. I think what we might do is declare war on Denmark, Sweden, Norway, try and take that, try and take Finland, and hopefully this provokes other people to declaring war on us, or at least guaranteeing them or joining them as an ally or something like that, whether it be the Soviets or the French, the Entente, I don't know. The UK, at this point, I should point out, are actually independent. They are not in a faction, and there is a good reason for that, is because when you start as the UK, you are rubbish. You lose most of your industry. It having been syndicalist, they basically abolish most of the industry in the country, meaning you have to rebuild it all. You have very little manpower, and I think that's actually a bug. You should have a lot more manpower than you actually are granted. There is a hidden modifier somewhere which is reducing it. I don't know whether that you can overcome that. I never got to that stage, which is why even after a year and a half they only have 18 divisions. And they're still on limited conscription. If they go up one more, then I think they'll actually be okay. But yeah, we are in 1945. We have 1945 technologies. I have been expanding that slowly but surely, although I have also fallen behind in a lot of things, like infantry equipment. We've fallen behind, although tanks, we're very modern. I'm making a self-imposed rule. I'm not going to get modern battle tanks until the 1950s. Like at 1945, it just seems too early. We've also started getting more artillery, and the reason for that is because we are on the superior firepower doctrine, and we are currently going down integrated support, which means having support companies with guns, i.e. soft attack. They become a lot more powerful. So I'm going to be replacing the things like the signal companies and the probably the engineer companies, for example, with anti-tank guns, with rocket artillery, with anti-air guns, and then those will have even bigger attack bonuses themselves, plus of course providing bonuses to the rest of the division. We are still hugely overpowered in terms of equipment, although actually some of the stuff we use more of, like the tanks, we have a stockpile, but it's not huge. But we do have, for example, 450 odd infantry equipment, which is ridiculous. So in terms of equipment, we are way ahead of the others, but we have a big shortage of resources, and I'm kind of reluctant to be trading more with the puppets at this stage, because it is, whenever you trade with them, it massively increases their autonomy, increases their autonomy, which means that they want to get more and more power within the empire, and I don't want to do that. Like, it was probably a big mistake getting the Kaiserbund, getting rid of things like Malaysia, that is really, really bad, because that's basically cut off my supply of rubber. And they've already increased their puppet status once. They are now a dominion? No, they're an autonomous puppet rather than a puppet. And then next would be a dominion, I believe. We can actually double check that. We have a lot of puppets. Yeah, Malaysia already on their way towards becoming a dominion. Not very far yet because I stopped trading with them, but that is going to mean that we are out of rubber, although we are building a boatload of synthetic refineries to try and overcome that. So over time our industry will recover, but right now it's kind of weak. One little oddity is we seem to have lots and lots of regular Russian forces throughout our country, which are not currently assigned to anyone, so I'm a little bit nervous. Actually no, Russia is still technically a puppet, so they shouldn't be able to flip sides, but they don't show as loyal, so I kind of suspect that they're just going to be stuck there. Oh well. Right, so what are we going to do? I think we're going to go and start justifying a war against Denmark and Sweden, Norway. I'll just hit them all at once to make it a little more difficult, and Finland, which I can't. Is Finland already on our side? Finland's already on our side. Interesting. That's all of you. We could also go up against the Ottomans. How strong are you looking right now? Pathetic, frankly. Yeah, we need to give the Ottomans some true leadership and show them how it's done. So we'll declare war on them as well. Okay, so we need to start shifting our armies around. I do currently have them in training because they have lost a bit of ability. And the other thing I wanted to do, while I could show you just how strong these guys are, is mess around with the army templates. So for example, one of the things I wanted to do was add heavy SP artillery to the tank division. So we're going to get rid of some of you and some of you. Do we have enough? We have very slight shortage, and we can just about afford that. So we have some huge soft attack with these armies, massive amount of armour, so they'll be very hard to kill. Our infantry divisions mit Panzerstutzung are very, very strong. And then we have the mit artillery units, which we could also replace with other artillery, but I don't think we will. We can also give them all mechanized at this point, though that will cost us 15 power or experience. You know what? That's fine. So all of our units are now dismounted. Or mounted, rather. Okay. So, the next question is, where do we want to deploy these armies? And that is a good question. I think one of these we will want on the French border. In fact, it's going to have to be the entire French border. Which is one hell of a border. Maybe not. We may actually not have enough troops for this. Which is good, because it means a challenge. Huzzah! Let's put you up to there. Stick you on that front. You will probably be the one that I actually send through Denmark, and then we'll probably put you down here to defend this part. Are you trained? You're trained. Good. We'll have you here, fortifying that. And the Marines are all retraining. You're actually done. Where do we want the Marine forces? Probably over here. Ready to attack the Ottomans. And yes, we will give you orders. I would like you to take this. In fact, I could send you by sea. No, that's fine. La Plata declared war on Brazil. The Platinian War. After the Great American War of the 1930s, two regional powers emerged in South America, Brazil and Argentina, the latter of whom evolved into a federation of La Plata. Tensions between these two giants, former enemies of the war now turned into rivals for the South American domination, have been rising for years, and La Platan victory against Paraguay and Bolivia did little to ease them. The fragile peace in South America has finally been broken with the beginning of an outright war between the two countries. A war with the weakened US will probably not be able to stop. While La Platans are confident of a second victory, Brazilians are ready to achieve revenge for their defeat last time. So yeah, that is a big fight actually. I do think that Canada will take out the US. I wish it was possible to see just how strong they were still. And bearing in mind that they are in the Entente, which means that the restored French Empire will be supporting them. Do I want to attack you by sea? I mean, I could knock the Ottomans out super quickly. I think I do, actually. Let's have the tanks established down here. You're going to have a bit of trouble getting across there, but that's fine. And then you, cancel your orders. I would like you to start a naval assault from here to here. From Athens to there. From, that's a level 1, that's level 2. That's a level 3, 3. 8. From here to here. That's a long way away. Oh well. Makes it more interesting. So, no, it's too far. We'll do a two-pronged attack. Try and take the southern coast. So we want half of you on... don't delete it, please. On there. Okay, you guys can go and prepare for that attack. That's 12 and 12. Marvellous. Once you are done training, aha, Nebelwerfer. That is the rocket artillery, which I have been wanting to experiment with. We'll start researching the upgrade. And we need to start building some of those. Now, I have lost a whole chunk of our industry to France. Plus, our industry is freaking slow right now. Actually, you guys should be at the top, because I need you the most. Artillery, I need you the least. So that's 2 of each of those, that's fine. And then we're going to need rocket artillery times 2, I think. Oops. Which we're going to stick to the top. And then I guess we'll just reduce the amount of these that we have active. Do that. Marvellous. Okay. We can indeed modify government, though I don't think we need to. Right, are there any other borders that we need to worry about? You can still be used, you can still be used. You're very nearly done training, which is good. Improved artillery upgrade, lovely jubbly. Let's get to the tier 3s, which I'm kind of stunned that we haven't got even in 1945. Ah, excellent, SPG light tanks. I have been waiting to get those. I would also like to build those. What am I building a lot of right now? Let's cancel you. No, let's not cancel you. Let's turn you into SP artillery. One more. One more. Make sure that you guys get the materials that you require. And there we go, that'll do. And then once we have a suitable supply of those, then I can upgrade the tank divisions to have the self-propelled guns, which will be very nice. Okay, so that's you guys done. Purples, I'm going to need you to have an objective. Your first objective will be a fairly easy one. It'll be to take this. And... are you done yet? Nope. Are you done? Oh, yeah, you're already here. You're going to be a little... whoops. A little bit more aggressive. Oh, I don't want you going across the river. Stop that. Is that really a river crossing path? Well, that's kind of annoying. Come down to here. That'll do. Start getting some preparation bonuses. And I will need to shift my navies around. Oh, and there was one comment which was quite right in saying that I had my battle fleet on... oh, that was stability. Crap, I actually wanted that one. Oh well. Not actually hunting ships, so I had this with an X, which is do not engage. It should have been engage. Oh, we've got the Tirpitz. Cool. So, because of the focus which I have, which gives me free ships, that's just been ticking on over time, which is nice. Damn it. I'm annoyed that I didn't take the stability I'd meant to. Well, in that case, we may as well grab one of these guys. Artillery attack and defense, supply consumption, organization. Actually, organization would be nice. I wish there was a way of sorting this by the experts and the non-experts. So you're an expert. You're an expert. So are you. So we could actually have... Oh wait, this is the chief of the army. We can only have one. Division recovery. Division speed. I think we probably want the organization. Decisive battle. I don't think we're going to need that anytime soon. Air Force, likewise, I think we really need it. So let's grab one of these. High Command. Special Forces Defense. Division, Armor Division Defense. That would be quite a nice one. I wonder if there's one that increases the armor of armor divisions. Infantry attack. Cavalry attack. Infantry attack. No. So we'll take the Panzer Defense guy. Gooderin. Alright, cool. We still have over 2 million manpower, which is lovely. I suspect we'll be grinding our way through that rather quickly. So how long until these justifications are done? 26th of April. 2 months still. Blimey. Will Canada have beaten the USA by then? No, because this is all low value. I need to push down this way more, but unfortunately it seems like the Americans are actually defending that. Unfortunately for the Canadians, that is. Does that mean you have upgraded your economy? It does. You've still not joined anyone. You're both on war economy. Yeah, you're rapidly building up your industry, which is interesting. So the USA could also become a viable threat if they beat Canada. Let's stop you training, although there are a couple of you that still need training, but nah. Oh well. And you can all join garrison force. That is a huge garrison force, but I'm expecting that to expand as we go on. In fact, we could send some of the Middle Africa people off to other locations. Speaking of which, have we got any more people that need training? Oh, yeah, we do. I started building some more tank divisions just because tanks are awesome. So we'll stick you in the training group. Alright. How long until the justification of the Ottomans is done? 26th of April. Next month. And how are the Soviets doing? Have you gone up? No, you're still on partial mobilization. Popularity is rising. That's the one that we don't need. It's stability rising that we do. Oh, you've changed. Sovnarkom, leader of the Soviet Republic. The Internationalists have won. Aha, rocket artillery upgrade 1, which is actually a fairly large upgrade. We can indeed get rocket upgrade 2 for another 15%. Lovely jubbly. How many of those do we have now? We have 1.5 thousand. Can we add them to our Unterstützung divisions instead of signal companies? Well, we can. And it would cost me all of my army experience. So their soft attack, yeah, 501. We're going to be absolutely blitzing through enemy infantry units. Improved anti-tank or improved artillery. I think we're going to beef up our artillery even more. And we do indeed need to start producing upgraded artillery. We'll leave them at a low priority for the moment though. We can modify the government again. Where's the... no, where's the armour charge? Panzer charge, that's the one. Armour division attack plus 15%, yes please. Rommel. Are you done training? You are. Please do stop. And not sure where to put you. We could have you here and then attacking across into Sweden. Quite like that idea. We'll attack from 2 locations. Could go straight for Stockholm. Nah. That'll do. Have these guys built up any defences whatsoever? Not really. Sweden has a good number of air force though. Alright, I'm about ready for this fight. Oh, except we have no one going into Denmark from here. Right, so we need another army. So let's grab some of the Middle Africa guys. We'll get a unit of 24. 21, 22, 23, 24. And we do have some random tanks. And there's a random panzer division. Whoops. Right, let's split you off. Give you a commander. Manstein, really? Can't afford another one, so alright, for now. Stick you there. With orders. No, right. To take the whole of Denmark for now. Alright, cool. That's you guys ready. Now, where is that one random tank that we saw? Because you're in the wrong place. You should be over here. With them. Mass destruction, strategic bombing. So that is the entire air doctrine chain finished. There's definitely no more of that we can be doing. We can be doing some more of this. I think we'll do some more of the submarine hunting tactics. That sounds reasonable to me. Oh, it was you that I was going to send up to Sweden, wasn't it? And you are in fact trained now, so we can stop that. I think I'm just going to leave you where you are. We'll have you as kind of a reserve force. You're going to need some backup. You're 3 men short. We can fix that. Whoops. 1. 3 of you come over here. Off you go. And you are also fully trained. Yes, you should all be on this front. Off you go. Marvellous. And then if the Soviets decide to attack, then we'll start shifting some troops over here. But they're going to have quite a big fight on their hands, even with the Ukraine there. So we're at war with the Ottomans, the Danes, Sweden, and Norway. Okay. Then everyone's a go. Oh, except for the ones that are... Hang on. I need to sort this out properly. German theatre, yeah, that's fine. Naval assault, you are not the naval assault anymore. You are the Scandinavian front. You're on a new theatre. In fact, we could do with a 4th theatre. Which would be you guys, which are the French theatre. France. Right. Where are you? You're in France. You're in there. You're in Scandinavia. You're actually in Germany right now. And you're in Scandinavia. Then German Theatre 2 is Ottomans. Alright. Slow things down a little, not that much. And then start hitting them. One thing we probably should do actually is shift the battle fleet over to here. We will put you on convoy escort in all 3 of those locations. Looks like we're going to land unopposed, which is lovely. We should set up some air forces, that is true. So Baltic Sea, we are going to want naval bombers, of which we should have a good number, if I can find them. Tactical, interwar, close air. Man, we have so many random bloody planes. Naval bombers. We'll put 300 here. And also some fighters. On air superiority missions. And some regular fighters. No, you're a wrong type, damn it. Fighters! Regular fighters, where are you? Regular. Lots of. Fighter 2. 4 of you. Also active here. Air superiority during the day. You can also be on intercept duty actually, whenever necessary. Won't be as efficient, but it will do. Their air forces are indeed trying to bomb us, which isn't very nice of them. And we've made a landing. Alright, you move to block this off. Go. And you guys, which should really have a different colour, will make you yellow. By all means, begin your offensive. Here's the first naval battle. Ooh, Swedes actually have carriers. Interesting. Which we should win, because we have very modern ships. Yeah. Plus we outnumber them massively, plus we have an amazing admiral, they don't even have one. Cool. Right, you guys are going to conquer that. Off you go. Excellent. And then do we need planes over southern Sweden? I think that we do. Oh, they've actually built radar. Interesting. So I think we're just going to put 500 heavy fighters in the air over here. So many random planes. I wish I could chuck them away. Heavy. There they are. And these are the newer ones. Let's grab 500 of them. Stick them in the skies above that. Air superiority. Whenever. That'll do. Alright, so we're thrashing the Danes, which is excellent. Force a landing across there. Naval battle. We're kicking ass and taking names. You guys are doing that. You're failing to stop anything over there. Oh yes, the Ottoman Navy. Thankfully our Mediterranean fleet at this point is huge. And actually, speaking of fleets, I want to reassign where my ships are going. I would like you to go back into the battle fleet now, please. Mediterranean fleet should be more than enough. Yeah, we are definitely low on a lot of resources at this point. How is the attack down here going? Oh, I forgot to activate these guys. Well, by all means, activate. Launch your assaults. Go on then. Why can't I attack? Oh, because we haven't called Bulgaria in. Nor have we called Greece. Actually, that doesn't matter. That's fine. So once you guys have attacked, which you have in fact now done, you can take this territory and then we'll send the tanks in by sea. You guys are at sea. Sneaking past the ships, hopefully. And then you should be landing okay. Let's halt you. In fact, let's just cancel your current orders, add you to that front with the objective of taking everything to there. And by all means, go. Marvellous. So Sweden should fall soon enough. You have your orders. You guys are crossing. And with that, I think I'm going to call this episode. So, thank you very much for watching. I do hope that you are enjoying it. If you are, then please do hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, then do consider subscribing. If you have any tips or advice for me, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.